Okay, thanks so much again for coming tonight. I know it's really nasty. Our questions this evening are going to pertain to the program guide, but we want to capture any other comments you might have at the end. If you have concerns about programming or facilities, we want those too, okay?
Okay.
I'm Nancy Thompson. I'm the marketing assistant, and I've been with the Park District for 9 years. And this is my coworker Sue. She'll introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Sue Omenson, and I've also worked at the Park District for a number of years, 11 I think. And I work with Nancy in the marketing department, mostly in public relations with press releases and things like that, and also in grants. I help get grant dollars for the Park District. So
Very successful at that.
happy to be here and hear your comments. I'll just be taking notes, that's all.
Yeah. The first questions are going to pertain to the current program guide, the program guide as it is right now. What do you like about the current program guide design?
I'm sorry. This is kind of the old one, in other words.
Yes,
because this
the
looks
current.
like the spring one. Okay, gotcha.
I like the fact it's divided into age groups. I mean, that's really helpful, because then I don't have to waste my, not that I don't look over it, but I can
Yes.
go to write what I need.
Yes.
And see if there's anything that fits my group. And I like having the age group in there, or the grade, because I do it, like, as I said before, I do things with my grandson.
Yes.
And I need to know, is it for his appropriate, then I can just move on.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the facility index. I always have to refer to that. It's like, where's that again? And then you can just, it's very, I think it's in a great spot.
Good.
You just flip to the back.
Good.
And the map is nice. I love maps. I'm a big map person. This is always helpful.
To piggyback on her comment, not only do I like that it's divided by the age groups, but the fact that there's these nice big keys here,
Yes.
so I can get right to the section easily.
Yes.
I like that.
Good.
And I had said it on the web design,
Yes.
and my comment was I still like the book.
Yes.
Because with the book, I can sit down with my kids, we can look over stuff, I can leave it out, I can leave a sticky note and say, what do you guys think about this?
Yes.
Versus us, hovering around a laptop or something.
Yes.
So I like actually having old-fashioned that way, I guess, an
A
actual.
lot of people
Yeah,
prefer that,
really
and
like
it's
the
not going away. So.
I like the book. I've tried to look up things on the program guide, on the website.
Yes.
And sometimes it's hard because it'll say, it doesn't give you used to have the book in there, so you could turn the pages.
Yes.
And so I would know what to look for, but when I want to look for, like the active adults, I don't know exactly what to look for, and so then I try to do a search for active adults or movies or whatever it is that I want to
Yes.
do. It's harder than the book itself.
Good.
The book is very easy.
Good.
I still
Are
think
you
the book is
saying
easier than the web.
Can you not find the
Virtual.
virtual guide?
Maybe it's my navigation skills, but it seems to take me longer to find it in that than it does for me to get up and look for the book.
Yes, and it did used to be on the home page, and it isn't
Right,
any longer.
right.
So,
And I like that you used to be able to scroll through it, but now you have to know the program name.
Or where it is, which sometimes I don't
Yeah.
care where it is, I just want to know if it
Through
is.
Rec and Roll, right? Okay.
yeah.
And when you were talking, you said you liked the, let's see,
Tabs.
the
I like the
tabs.
colors
You were
on the
talking about
end,
the
yeah.
tabs. I just want to make sure the thing's on the
Yeah.
side, right? Okay.
Yeah, I can tell if it's
Okay.
athletics, general interest.
Right.
But
Okay.
It's into the section if I don't want to go to the table of contents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ditto.
We got a deal on that.
Okay.
I think it's a great brochure. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes, it's like,
Yeah.
you sit down, you have a cup of coffee, you're like, all right, let's see what they got this time.
Great.
So, yes,
Great.
I always enjoy receiving it.
Wonderful. The delivery begins the 14th of February for the spring, by the way, and the summer camps
We'll be
guide will
looking
be
for
with
it.
it. Okay?
We will be
Okay.
looking for it.
Awesome. Tell us how you use the hard copy program guide when registering for programs. And you may have already touched on that, saying you mark it with tabs and sit down with the children. And did anyone have And do any of you use it in any other way?
I mean, I just dog ear the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is dog ear. This is
Or
Yes.
I'll put a little sticky on it. and-
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
And I circle the things that I'm interested in.
Great.
But
Great. Do you use the virtual program guide? And we just talked about that. That would be the one that you can scroll through online.
can you still do that though?
Yes, it's just in a different location. And I
Okay.
think we need to say something maybe on our homepage to
Right.
indicate that to people.
I didn't know. it was
Because they
still
were
there.
used
I
to
didn't
seeing it there, and it is still there. We still do link all those programs, and then I'm sure you know if you are using it, if you click on it, the program title is hyperlinked and will take you right into Rec and Roll.
Okay.
Okay, because I've gotten into Rec and Roll without wanting to. I wanted to
Okay.
look at the program guide.
Yep. Maybe your cursor just clicked the corner or something of that little box and it threw you in there. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so do you use the virtual if you can locate it?
Didn't know it was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't used the virtual.
Okay.
I just used it once and
Yes.
went back, and it was a while ago, and I went back to look up something, I don't remember what it was, and I
Yes.
couldn't find it again.
Yes,
So,
we'll take care of that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now this next group of questions, we want to know your opinion on some specific features of the current program guide. Okay? Do you use the program guide index, and I believe someone already referred to it, to locate programs within the program guide?
Yes, yes.
All of
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How useful is the map? We talked a little about
I
that.
love the map. I'm a map person, so for me, it's very, because I may go to the same place all the time, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Until I go, oh, is that what that's called? I mean,
Yes,
I've been there.
the name of
Just
it,
to-
yeah.
You know, you say it in here, like, oh yeah, I know where that is, but
I have one request with the maps.
Sure.
And someone's told me it's online, but I haven't been able to find it. So I have soccer kids.
Yes.
Go figure in Naperville that I have soccer kids, right? I have not been able to find where the soccer fields are at each park.
Okay.
Because I know they changed, like Nike was redone. You
Yes.
can be on the opposite end of the world, and like when I'm telling grandma to come meet us, I want to make sure she's at the right place given what field we are.
Of course.
So having the fields with the field numbers for all of the
oh, that's good.
things would be really, really helpful.
All right. And you know you can go in the website, Parks and Facilities.
Yes.
Yes.
You can. There's an alphabetical listing.
But it doesn't always show me the field
The
numbers.
fields. The fields are very important.
Because, like I said, it could be on the opposite end of the
Sure.
world, and poor grandma's not gonna walk through to get to the other end. And I
Right.
try to, some of them have it, I found some where you
Some
see the
do.
field numbers, but not all.
Not consistent.
Yeah,
Okay. Take a look at that.
that was my big request. If we could have that, my life would be so much easier.
All right. Anybody else with a comment on the map?
I've never used it, frankly.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've also lived here my whole life, I kind of know the area pretty well.
Yes. And you're using the index
So,
to.
just to see where it's at.
Yes.
When I first moved here, we used it a lot, because I had no idea where Knock Knolls Park was.
Exactly.
No idea, but that's really helpful.
Good.
Now we
Good.
got that.
Okay. Do you find the fonts currently in use make the program guide readable? Do you have difficulty with reading
No.
more?
No.
The green on white is good. You know, the highlighted with the
Yes.
dark is very nice. I like those little extra notes because
Yes.
pay attention, I'm in dark bold. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes I need,
We all do.
yeah. But that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Fonts are okay. All right. And we talked a little about this. Are the tabs printed on the side useful?
Oh, yeah.
Very.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That's pretty unanimous. Are the program guide page numbers located in the correct position?
I always look at the bottom first, but it's
Me
fine.
too.
I go for the bottom, but then, you just have to look up. So, yeah, it's just a natural habit, I'm looking at the bottom.
Sure,
But it's
like
not,
a book.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as they're there, I'm okay.
All
It's just
right,
I agree.
okay.
I was bottom first.
Yeah.
Oh, did I skip? I'm so sorry. I did. I skipped one. We're gonna reverse order here.
Okay, erase that answer.
Are the headings at the top of each page useful to you? And that would be
Yes,
these.
most definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's a thick program.
Yes,
guide.
it is.
Sometimes you're like, okay, and that catches your eye, and I always refer to that.
Great. I'm sorry, Sue.
Oh, no, that's good.
I refer to that more than I do the tabs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once
gets
I
into the
find
section.
where, yeah,
Right.
right
Yep.
where I find where my stuff is, yeah.
It's kind of like tabs, then headings, then
Right,
that,
then
I think.
then dates and
Yeah.
programs, so, yeah.
Does printing the program program titles, tabs, page numbers, and call-up boxes in color draw your attention to them or make them stand out? And we did touch a little
Yes.
on that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and the little thing with the new is nice too.
Yes.
The icon.
That's real helpful.
I
I'm sorry, that
agree.
may be a later question, but
That's okay.
that's
all
I
right.
found that, oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yes. And it is a later question, actually, but that's great. You can jump ahead anytime you like. Would you like to see more photos in the program guide or fewer?
At least the same.
At least the same.
Yeah, see, and I don't care about the photos.
Yeah, I don't know that I care about them. I don't, every once in a while I might
Yeah.
look at them, but it's not a necessary thing.
I mean, if it could save printing 2 pages by eliminating all the photos,
Right.
cutting costs, I'd say it's okay with me,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, if you're looking for a money saving and you eliminate, I mean, it's nice to see it, but it wouldn't change my opinion of taking a class or my, whether I take it or not, just because I see that
Based on
particular
that
photo, based on that photo.
Okay. Yeah.
And you said you liked them,
I like
right?
them. I like
Okay.
to look through them and see the
The happy people?
Yeah, or to see what the creations are for the gingerbread house or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
okay.
I just like them.
Yeah. It does break up all that text too sometimes.
Yes. And then sometimes I look to see if I know anyone.
Well, of course, of course.
Do the program guide descriptions provide enough information or not enough information?
I have felt in the past that sometimes it's vague,
Okay?
some of them.
Okay?
I don't know if it's just, and I know, because the work that I do involves writing up some things sometimes.
Yes.
And I know sometimes you got a print deadline and you just don't have all the information from the teacher, and you gotta
Yes.
do what you gotta do, but
Yes. Some seem vague then.
some seem vague, but.
And I have found I've had questions where I've had to call because I didn't, it wasn't
It didn't-
detailed enough, and I
It didn't
needed that
answer
one
a
extra.
question.
Right,
Yeah.
and you can't put too much, I mean, you'd be printing, books, but, yeah, and I've had to fall back on the phone and call, which has been fine, but, yeah, sometimes I've had to do that.
So I'll give you a very specific example.
Absolutely.
And it depends on the program, but for example, for this winter, my daughter wanted to, I said, pick something, because she needed to do something.
Yes.
And there's a acting and improv workshop.
Yes.
And then there's a spotlight improv.
Yes.
I read both descriptions. I couldn't tell if they were different, the same. I'm sure they're
Okay.
offered by different organizations, which is probably why they're different. But there wasn't enough delineation between the two. And because they're, like, so I was doing this.
Yeah.
If they were next to each other, maybe that's not good because it'd be more competition, but that would be more helpful to me to see which one's a better fit for her. She's never done it
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Is this better? Is this the same class that she took 2 years ago? I couldn't really tell.
Yes. Okay.
So in that instance, now on other things, I think there's plenty of description. So it really depends on the class.
On the class. Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Well, for the
Anything?
culinary,
Yes.
some of them are rather vague.
Yes.
Like classic Irish cooking. It says there's more to Irish cooking than meat and potatoes. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day in style with delicious Irish recipes that are provided. Well, is
Yes.
it Kilcannon, is it soda
Exactly.
bread, is
It doesn't-
Right, and
Stew
for people
enumerate.
with dietary restrictions or something,
Yes,
okay, am I gonna waste my time going there?
Yes.
If I can't eat it?
Yeah, or, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
if there was somewhere else that you get more information, or for people with allergies to like nuts or something, is it
Yes.
something with, are nuts gonna be served that night, or what? That might be helpful.
that's good information, good points. Anything further on the descriptions?
Just the same thing for elegant appetizers.
Yes,
Create amazing and unique appetizers sure to wow guests at your next party. Recipes provided.
Yeah.
Well,
Of
do
what?
I,
exactly.
maybe I already have these recipes or
Yes,
something
you're
similar.
right.
But
I think that, I know your culinary program's relatively new, and I know you have
Yes.
a new facility down south. And I think that maybe you've been trying to promote it a little bit, and I have been thinking the exact same thing. I've been.
Good.
It's
I mean,
like-
it's
'cause
good to
do-
get this.
You know, I would love some new recipes, and like you said, maybe you have them, or is it stuff I already know how to do? Am I gonna get there and
Exactly.
go, well, you know,
I could have saved the money.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, if it's $10, it's one thing.
Right,
But if it's
but-
$60, it's like, well,
you wanna get something good out of it. That-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good information.
My other request?
Sure.
Two things were the soccer fields and then, I know we always put the dates in there, like if the class starts on February 11th, it goes
Yes.
to March 11th. I would love to say how many weeks that is. I mean, I can figure it out, but I have to figure it out each time. Is this going for a month? Is it going for 8 weeks? Is this a whole 6-month program where I'm committing to something for a long time? Making that a little more visible to me up
Okay.
front may help in the course selection.
Sure.
Would you like to see it in with the location and this code, or somewhere else in the description, or on its own line? You know, like, they have code, age, day, time.
Yeah,
Where
so-
would you,
Well, maybe in here says, this class meets for 4 weeks, or 6 consecutive weeks, or 8
Yeah.
weeks.
That's
So
a
I
very
can
good
see at a
point.
glance
Yeah.
what I'm committing
right.
to.
Yes.
I
That's
agree
a
with
great
that.
point.
Okay,
I agree.
all right. That's good information.
And then I know if
A lot
it's
of
in the
good-
soccer season, say.
Yes,
You have that soccer thing.
yeah, that's a big deal, I
It
know.
is.
Okay, do the program titles provide enough or not enough information? When
I
you
think it's
just
enough to catch your
glance-
eye to read the description, certainly.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Do you reference the call-out boxes? And that as we refer, we refer to anything that's in a shaded box or,
oh yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
I do.
good.
And I like that it does break up the text. I almost like those better than
And
photos.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question on the.
Sure.
On page 63, it talks about, forget your barcode and PIN. Click on the Rec and Roll online registration link, then click login. And then it says forgot password. But does it give you, can you also get your barcode? Or what is,
Yes.
okay. Because I called up and then they emailed it to me, so that's how I got it, but I was like, oh, I was
Yes.
confused.
Yes.
So I called the district and someone sent me an email with
Yes.
information.
Yeah, and that's the way you receive it through the website too. You know, if you you're seeking any of this information,
Right.
it will automatically send you an email with it.
Because when it said forgot password, I thought, well, I don't know if I know my password, but it's my PIN number, I don't know.
Yes, yes. And I think they just did a little screenshot of what it might look like on the website, but I see how you could have been confused by that. Yeah,
No, I like the call-outs, the reminder about weather and stuff like that
Yes.
is really
Right.
helpful.
good,
It's kind of splattered throughout.
yes. Okay. Are icons currently in use helpful and intuitive? And those would be the little circles that you might see.
I love
Scattered.
this one, day off school. That is so helpful.
That
So
is
I
a
know-
great one.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a good one. So if I know whether my grandson's gonna have school that day or not have school, I'm like, oh, that's something we could do.
Okay,
And the spring break ones are
Yeah.
nice too, or the break.
yeah,
Right, yeah, anytime, or, yeah.
And you already mentioned the news.
Right.
Yes,
The news are
We've been
good.
doing this for a while.
Street.
So
Here's one that we don't currently have that was mentioned in other groups, and it's free. Do you think having a free one you'd like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Who doesn't like free?
Exactly.
Are there free ones?
Yes, there are.
I was gonna say, I guess I never, you know,
Pay attention.
and
Yeah.
again, because it's not screaming at me and says, hi, I'm free, I
Exactly.
don't pay attention.
The movies for active
Oh.
adults.
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
But here's another one, keeping you safely at home after a hospital stay.
Oh, what page are you on?
That on page 99. Or memory loss, that's also free.
Oh,
Identity theft, that's another free one.
I had no
yeah.
idea. I would've
All
wanted
three
it.
of those, yeah, free. Look at
Yeah.
that. Well, you still can, it hasn't happened
Oh,
yet.
February
Yep.
27th, yeah.
So
So
you're in
the
good shape.
free icon would be useful. Okay,
That's what.
Some of those are just for seniors though, right?
Yeah.
yes, some
Those
are, I
two are
believe.
50 and up.
50 and up.
Seniors, we're active adults.
Active adults.
I'm sure they may make an exception if you're not 50
And I don't
yet
think
on
they
it.
card you either, right?
No, they do have your birthday on file.
Oh, do they?
From
Okay.
when you
I'm close
register.
enough, I think I can pass.
Okay. Are you adverse to advertising being part of the program guide?
No, I'm not. If it helps keep the costs down.
I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, and now,
I
I would limit it to something that was relevant to, I mean, you know,
Or if they have coupons, that's always nice.
oh, yeah.
Because it says Texas Roadhouse, the early dine for $7.99.
Oh, not
on
bad.
page 7. You know,
Oh,
it's like,
Okay.
oh, I didn't know that they had that. You know, so it's
So a coupon is always good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
here, this one for Coldstone, mention this ad to get $3 off. So, yeah, okay, that's,
And even when you put them in that they're sponsors, like
Yes.
videos and stuff, I think that's great. I think
Yes.
it's wonderful that they're sponsors, so I don't mind them getting a
Right.
little
We do too.
mention for doing that.
Yeah. Are the number of ads in the program guide appropriate?
you know what, I haven't paid any attention to them, so they must be fine. I mean,
Okay.
they haven't stood out
They're
and
not
screamed at
obnoxious,
me and
yeah.
said, you know,
So they're
am I
not
reading
annoying.
an ad or am I
Right.
reading the program guide? So I think it's, right now, it's probably just.
You've got enough meat in the program, I think you're
Right.
fine. You know, it's a fine line. I mean, I don't know if you read the Naperville Sun, it's getting to be so full of
Yes.
ads lately.
Oh my gosh, that's all it is
And
ads.
sometimes you can go 3-4 pages and there might be one little,
Little
article. And, but, newspapers is a whole different ball of wax, but,
Right.
I think it's fine.
Okay. Does a published sponsorship or advertisement in the program guide influence your purchasing decision?
not mine.
No.
Not
I'm
necessarily.
sorry, could you say the question again?
Yes. Does a published sponsorship or advertisement in the program guide influence your purchasing decisions?
It does mine,
Does?
it does mine. If they're a sponsor,
You like supporting them?
I'm very much in favor of that.
I like that they're a sponsor, but I don't know.
Yeah, see,
I'm not
like,
gonna buy Aurelio's Pizza over our favorite pizza place just because they're a sponsor, even though I'm glad that they are and I appreciate it, but I
Yes.
should say it does, but it doesn't. I'm sure they were hoping it does. but-
well, see, and I like Whole Foods is someplace I use, and so
Yes.
I feel good about continuing to support them because they're giving back in a way.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. If you register for a program, do you reference your email confirmation receipt for critical information? Do you keep that?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Great. This is kind of a lengthy one, but it's not a difficult one. How do you find out about new programs? If you're looking for something new, do you search the program guide cover to cover or just look for the new icon in a particular season? Are you interested in finding out about new programs each season? How would you suggest making this information more readily accessible?
I always go through and kind of eyeball the new programs first. They might catch my eye and I'll go, oh, new. And then when, if I don't have a lot of time, and then I sit down and go through it
Yes,
piece by piece.
yes.
And it might, I don't know, it might be nice to have all of the new classes in a separate section. I don't know.
On a listing of them?
Or even on the index, put an asterisk for a new one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just something that you could tell that, oh, this is different.
Yep,
I know for myself, I appreciated when you were just opening 95th.
Yes.
And I got that email blast, there's several free classes.
Yes.
So that, for me, was more important than, and I jumped on it and took one of the free classes.
Great.
Just because of the fact that I had gotten that email and I got, oh, here's something new, I can try it, and it's free. So,
yes,
yeah.
That
So,
was my comment. I don't actually look in the book for the new. I mean, if it happens to be new, great.
yes.
But I usually get notified from your emails.
Yes.
More
See,
than I
and
do
it-
from
yeah.
the program.
And I
guide.
appreciate the email.
Great.
And then then I can go back and go further and look at whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, that was very helpful.
Good, good. Okay. These remaining questions, and there are only 5 of them, are in reference to a future or redesigned program guide. So we want to know your feelings on those. What could we do from a redesign perspective to make the program guide better and easier to use? Is there anything we could change that would make it, that would improve it or make it easier for you to use it? And we want to hear everything, so.
When I decide I'm going to register for a class and I
Yes.
flip to the registration information section,
Yes.
it overwhelms me sometimes.
Yes,
And I think the registration information section could be somehow a little more streamlined.
yes. We're talking
I
about
don't know
page
why,
108.
and
It is kind of overwhelming.
And it could be just me, because I don't know, it just seems like it's a little joke I have with myself that every time I go to register, it's like, okay. And I always like I don't know, and then, I'll fill out the form or I'll go online
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes,
In my job at work, I can't access the online registration.
gotcha.
So, or I can access it so far and then I can't get through. But that's not your issue, that's my issue. And so when I'll end up calling, and you guys are always great about doing the verbal registration, there's never been an issue there. But I don't know why, I always have a problem registering.
Yeah. It is overwhelming. These are a lot of instructions.
Yeah.
And unless you're involved on a regular basis.
Or like the deadlines and the dates somehow.
Yes.
But I really think that it could be just me. I'm not trying to, but I feel like it is kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
those 2 pages.
Yeah.
My comment is more, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I would even pay, I don't know if it's more of a cost, but if this was on one of those circle spirally things where I could open up pages a lot easier,
Yes.
I would love that. And I would even, if you said, oh, well, I can give you those, but you'll have to pay for it once a year, I would do it, just to have it, so it lies flat.
So it's
I can
bound
flip.
on a spiral.
Yes.
Oh, and then you could do
Then I
this
could
and
do
you-
that, too.
Right.
Which sounds really ridiculous, but that's,
Something we can look at.
I would love that.
And I don't know if this is the time that you want me to repeat my comment.
Oh, yeah, it would be fine too.
Finding a way for me to register myself and my grandson, who lives in Naperville but not in the same house, is
Yes.
next to impossible. And there isn't any, there are no, as far as I know, instructions.
No.
For me to do that.
Yes.
But it is just so painful, and he likes doing things with Grandma, and he likes, and I see them, and my daughter-in-law's like, yeah, go ahead, take them. But it's next to impossible to do it.
Could they do a buddies?
We'll have to check that. And you were saying that he has his own barcode
He has
and
his own
pin.
barcode and I have mine, but we don't live in the same house, but we both live in Naperville.
There's something in here about buddy system, or if you're registering with a buddy, it's like if you have a friend that you want to register
Oh,
the
I
same
see, registered
class.
with a friend.
And I mean, just,
It's here, well, but it's because he's a minor, I'm not sure. I mean, I ended up having to call, but it's
Yes.
still painful.
Yeah.
It isn't, yeah, so that's my,
Yes.
is there an easy way to do that or
Yeah.
whatever?
And then those weeks, know how many weeks a
Right.
class is.
The duration,
And, yeah.
yeah.
I do the same thing you do. I gotta look at the calendar and go,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
that.
Because almost everywhere else you register, it says, this 6-week class, even if it's on the first line, third line, somewhere, that it tells me how long, you're right.
And I never really believe you, because if it says March 29th and the class is on Fridays, I always look to say, is March 29th really a Friday? Or is it saying like through this date, because when there's other dates, you don't
Yes.
know when it actually ends, so.
Yes. And we have a lady that is absolutely meticulous about that.
I'm
So, not
sure.
to say she wouldn't make
I'm
a
sure.
mistake. We all do. But
Yeah.
she really tries not to.
No, you're always right, but.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
it
good.
anyway.
Do you believe user testimonials would be helpful to you when you're deciding which programs to register for?
Only a trip maybe, but I mean, if you're gonna spend thousands of dollars, like if you're going out across, if you're going on a cruise or something.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it, I wouldn't
We have
influence me.
neighbors. I mean, most of us can talk to your neighbors
Yeah.
or other kids in, if you're
Yes.
doing a kid thing with kids in school. I don't know that I need to see it in print and take up space.
Right.
Since most of us live in Naperville and you.
I don't think they
or-
would, yeah. I don't know that I'd really care.
Yeah.
If
Because
they
everybody has a
appeared-
different opinion and
Sure.
everybody's experience is different.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe if it were on the website.
Yes.
Like a traveler review, and they say, we took this course and here's what we liked about it, where I could go to it if I wanted to, but versus taking up paper in the guide.
Yes.
That's where I would put it if we were.
Online.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the way the information is organized within the program guide make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have any suggestions on how to organize and deliver this information? If you're not already pleased. I mean, would you rather see it organized in another way?
And now you have us so well trained to this, if you messed with it,
Yeah.
we'd probably
Yeah. Yeah. It would
Because I like
be, you'd
the
have to
code
get
and the
used
age
to it,
and-
Yeah.
yes.
It's a great brochure.
I will say.
It really is great. My husband worked for the Evanston Park District.
Yes.
And he'd bring home their brochure.
Yes.
And it was very good. It was just a lot different and not nearly as nice.
Oh,
Not nearly
thanks.
as nice.
You do
The only
work
thing that
hard.
confuses me sometimes is on the age, if it's grade
Yes.
or age.
Yeah,
And I know it's on there, and I know it's just me, but
No, it's not, because I'm doing the same thing. It says that's 6th grade.
Right.
Yeah, as opposed to 6 years old.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
we've had discussions about that,
Yeah.
so I'm glad you mentioned it,
Yeah.
because Sue will record that.
Okay. Yeah. I know to look for the little GR, but I don't always catch that.
Well, yeah, some of them, right on the winter break camps. This column, they're both age. This column, it's grade
Grades.
age.
Yes.
It's grade
Confusing.
age, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, can be confusing. Is there information not currently included in the program guide that you would like to see included? Is there anything we're missing telling you about? And do you ever feel like you have to jump online and look up something or?
The weeks is about it. I don't know, maybe putting the, well, it's in there anyway, so never mind. I was gonna say, maybe putting the, the letter for the location that corresponds to the map.
Oh,
Oh, now that's a good idea.
Right.
that's
after
a
it.
brilliant idea.
Then you don't have to go and look up, Alfred Rubin is 305 West Jackson.
Yes, so
But
you
it's
could-
right here, I know, but that's B, and B on the map is on Jackson?
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
comment.
interesting. Yeah.
I do have one comment that I live right by Gardner Park.
Mhm.
And on this winter sports, and you read Gardner Park about the ice rinks, it's not lighted, closes at dusk, hockey sticks are not allowed. That's the biggest joke in the world. Every time I drive by, there are kids with hockey sticks.
Sure.
And I feel sorry for the other kids who just want to skate, because there's always hockey going on. There are always kids with hockey sticks in that ice rink. And I'm thinking, well, who's going to police it? I mean, we don't really,
Well, we do have park police if
I
we
know,
know
but
there's an
they're
issue.
busy. I mean, they're busy, but we went by the first nice, first day, there's a,
Yes.
and I see these two little cute little girls trying to out there, and then there's the boys over here with the hockey sticks, and
They're going frantically, yes.
and I'm like, okay, guys, I know there's high, but I mean, like I say, I live right there.
Yes.
So I
Even
see
certain
it.
days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is no hockey, and Tuesday, Thursday is left for the
Right,
hockey
yeah.
players.
Yes.
It'd be really nice, yeah, but,
Yeah.
and I know it says that, and I
Intermixed.
laugh, and I'm thinking, I haven't driven by there ever when I
When there
haven't
weren't
seen
kids
somebody
playing
with
hockey.
Yeah, and, and it
Because
would
that can be
be,
And we do have places for them to do that.
I know
So
we
we
do.
want those little girls to be able to skate.
well, that's what I'm thinking, or
Yeah.
the dad trying to teach little, and I love watching it, that's so fun, and I,
Yes.
but who wants to go out there with these kids over there, now they do tend to stay to one side, but it's still hockey,
Yes.
It's gonna.
That puck's
so-
flying around and
Yes, so that's my
sticks and-
comment, it's in here, it's in print, but.
Yes. But in reality.
In reality, yeah, it's not happening.
Okay. Well, it's good that we know that. Anybody else think of any information you'd like to have in the program guide that you're not currently seeing?
Do we have, now I haven't been actually in the physical area where they're skating, 'cause I'm just reading over these rules. Do we have anything by each of the skate things that goes over some of these rules? I mean, just like no alcohol, no skating, no hockey, refraining from abusive language. Do we have any of this? Because on page 16, it's
Yes,
got the-
I'm with you.
Is that stated anywhere in or near the parking area where people get out of their car, that it tells you? Because I haven't, I don't.
Yes, about where the tab winter sports is toward right above the green line. We do post the rules, but
I mean physically in the park.
yes,
Oh, it is?
Yes.
It is? Oh, okay.
we make signs and post them.
Okay,
Sled hills too.
Yep, sled hills too.
okay.
I know they're on the sled hills.
Yeah,
It's right there.
I've seen
It's on the
those,
sled
but
hills.
yeah, I hadn't seen them. Because there are several smaller ice rinks.
Yes, there are.
That are around. I just happen to be closest to that one.
Would it be
Yeah.
beneficial, and I don't know the answer to this, I'm just throwing it out there,
Mm-hmm.
on the locations, when they're not Naperville Park District locations?
Yes.
Would it be helpful to highlight that somehow, put it in a different color, different typeface or something? I don't know.
Oh.
Because for me, a couple of the classes I register my kids through, when I look directly at the providing facility, then I go to the Park District is always less expensive. And I have 5 kids, so I'm gonna go
Yes.
for the cheaper route. So
Exactly.
sometimes that's helpful to know, like vertical endeavors and Four Lakes.
Four Lakes.
The same
Yes.
classes are offered, but usually we get a break going through the Park District. So
Yes.
knowing that that's not a Park District facility, I don't know if that's helpful to know that or not.
Yeah,
I don't know what you guys think, if that would
Well,
be
I
useful information.
I think so, just not so much for that, but so that I'm not looking for a Park District sign.
Oh,
If I
true.
haven't been there,
True.
I'm not looking, because it's not part of Naperville Park District. It is
Yeah.
Four Lakes, or it is whatever it is.
Or whatever.
yes.
Yeah. Or the.
Part of Lifetime
Right.
Fitness
Yeah,
or
right. Yeah,
Universal
'cause vertical
Spirit
endeavor
Yoga.
sounds like, but it's actually, you have to go into the fitness center. You have to go
Yes.
into Lifetime
Yes.
to do that, so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Good information, good input.
Other than that, everything is always in here.
Oh,
And then some.
this is my final question.
Boy, you're
Or
whipped
early.
through this.
Yeah.
Like not even an hour. You're good.
Well, then everybody will get home maybe before it gets horrible to drive in. If articles about Park District initiatives, events, and facilities were included in the program guide, would you read those, do you think?
Can you give me an example of what you're talking about?
For instance, 95th Street.
Yes.
If we had an article in the program guide, rather than
about our newest
communicating with
facility
you
or-
via email, oh, we're going to do this and we hope you'll join us. I mean, would it be, or let's say we renovate a lot of our parks on a regular basis and we have a big one coming up at Meadow Glens. Would you find that interesting if we were talking to you about what the improvements are?
Yeah, when you did Seaver Park, it would have nice to know I know, you did this interpretive center. What does that mean? What does that secret part, what does that mean, interpretive center? I mean, yes, that would be helpful to know. And is there somebody there that'll actually help me with the interpret, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. That would be helpful to know.
Yes.
I mean, it's beautiful and it's really nice.
It is.
But, not, unless you're actually physically over it, and then even then when you're there, sometimes you'd have more questions. So, yeah,
Yes.
having a little information, especially about anything that's new or updated.
Yep.
And then, where are my tax dollars going? Well, here they are.
Yes.
It's okay.
We have Knock Knolls Nature Center we're going to be working on. So
Yeah.
do you think occasionally
Oh,
seeing an
yes.
article would be
Yes.
of interest?
And even, you were talking about photos earlier, photos of like before and after would
Yes.
be very cool to have in the,
Yes.
in the guide, even more so than, some kid I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, or cute little kids. that
And it
have
also
nothing
helps
on
me to
them.
find it, because again, if I'm new and I see a picture of what
I'm supposed to be looking for.
Commissioner's Park looks like, oh, that's the one over there on 111th, it's not the one on 95th by the high school. That's helpful.
Yes.
I have a quick question related. Do you read the letter from the executive director?
I do. I would love to go to the State of the Park thing on Saturday
Oh, I know,
morning,
and
but
I
I
have to work.
volunteered to help out at church, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time.
These ladies read their emails.
Yes, I was so
Yeah.
disappointed. I said, oh, I have to work on Saturday. Like, oh, man. Because I love going to those things.
Yeah.
And when they have those open house type things, I try
Yes.
to make those also.
Yes. I believe you went to the Secret Park Interpretive Center, didn't
Oh, I
you?
think I did.
I think you did. We had the guitarist and
Yes.
the little crafts. Yeah.
Yes, I tried.
It was very nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate your interest. Anybody else? Anything?
I just wanted to just make one comment.
Sure.
Because my kids are in college or grown.
Yes.
I'm like a kind of a new empty nester, I guess.
Yes.
And, still working, not retired, no grandkids.
Yes.
I would love to see, because a lot of your active adult programs are during the day.
Yes.
And
I
they
work
drive you
too.
crazy.
I
It's like,
hear what you're
oh,
saying.
wow, that looks, it's at 12:30. And I'm
Yes.
working. I would love to see you develop a few things, during the week in the evenings or
Yes.
on the weekends.
Yes.
They also have something through DuPage Boomers. It's a combination of different park districts that'll have things in the evening too. But,
Information on that is, I've seen the
Yeah,
ad.
page
Yeah.
99.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Look into that, because
Yeah.
I've
Now,
looked at it
someone-
once or twice, but I haven't
Yeah,
actually registered
yeah.
for anything. Because I'm sort of retired, but I work part-time. So my comment is
Just
that
noticing if you-
on Wednesdays, I would have liked to have signed up for Tai Chi, but that's during the same time as the movies.
Yeah,
And I can't do both.
exactly.
And it's like, so it's not
Maybe
the program
scheduling.
at all, it's more the scheduling.
Yes,
But
that's good information too. And I think more of us are going to be in that situation because many of us are working longer than
Right.
we thought we would, and
Do we want to?
no. And,
yeah.
I think the same thing. If it was an early evening thing, that would be great.
I know,
Yeah,
and I miss doing a lot of the stuff with my kids. We were
Yes.
a lot more involved, a lot more active
Sure.
in the last 25 years.
sure.
We still do classes here and there. I'm excited about your culinary program, but I honestly haven't registered for any of them for the
Let me
reasons we
tell you,
discussed
too.
earlier.
Our February and March culinary programs, many are on sale.
Really?
I got an email on
Yes,
that.
good,
I didn't get that email. Hey,
good.
how'd I miss that?
I
I
don't
think I got the free
know.
one.
Oh, you didn't get the free one? Oh, okay, all right.
But,
Then we're even.
If you didn't get the email, jump online and
I
look
will.
at those because many are reduced.
Really?
For those
Oh, that's
2
more
months.
fun. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, oh, I see you do have a gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free, but that is nice.
yeah.
I just didn't notice that.
Good information.
Okay,
Anybody
I will go on
else?
and look, okay.
Anything you want to add?
No, I'm not able to take as many as I want, but I still go through this so faithfully, and I love knowing that I have options.
Good.
I'm not always able to take advantage of them, but it really is nice to know it's there, and it's very reasonably priced. Instead of going over to one of the cooking places or, to go and take a class. This is a whole lot less expensive, and I'm very excited about the new culinary program.
Good, good. And you said you live by Gardner,
I do.
and you will drive out to 95th if
Oh,
there's a
absolutely,
culinary
no problem.
program.
Yeah, because I live in Hudson West. Oh, no problem.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't be far at all.
Oh, no,
would
I'm
you?
not nowhere, yeah, because we're right off of Gardner.
Yes.
On by Williamsburg, so.
Yes,
So it's no problem to go to 95th Street.
yeah.
I'm like 2 blocks away from there, and I haven't taken
Oh.
a culinary class there. I'm in another class in that building. I
Yes,
was just in that building for the first time a few weeks ago.
All
It's
right.
beautiful.
it is very nice,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Very nice.
We had a focus group there yesterday. It is a nice, nice building. Yes,
It's nice to have the space. Thank you, Mr. Fry.
Yeah, right.
yes,
Thanks for building that, Betty.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just learned something new.
Anybody else? Sometimes when you sit and study it, you do pick up new
Oh,
information.
you
I
do.
just,
Yeah.
my daughter wants to snowboard, and I said, oh, there's a snowboard park, and where is that? We've never heard of it, had to look up where it was, and figure out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you,
having those
Where
little
it is on the
numbers,
map.
that little codes, I think that'd be great, number 8 on the
Get
map.
right to 109.
I love that. That's a great idea.
I have always been an advocate for addresses
Right.
beneath those descriptions,
right.
but I was kind of shouted down about that.
Well, you won't
I
be shouted down if you put a little number there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that corresponds with
Kind of
the
gets,
map.
yeah, because then I
Yeah.
can see, and it's not
Because
far
then we
from
can
us, so.
see, right, see, that's just it.
Get them to
Okay,
snow.
how far, that's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Thank you.
Please help yourself to more sandwiches to take with you. We appreciate so much you coming tonight.
This is great.
My card is there.
Yes.
If you think of things when you get home, they don't have to pertain exclusively to the program guide, but just shoot me an email or you can call me. We have a little load and go card for you. It's a $10
Oh,
card.
nice,
Oh,
thank you.
cool.
Can you-
If I can turn
You
this.
too, Sue. Okay,
Can I
thank
get
you.
that?
Nice to see you, Mary.
More.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Oh, certainly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And you'll be able to get your,
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my daughter and be back at 7, so she can do
Okay.
the acting class, whichever one we picked, I don't remember. They were the same day, same time, so
you got
she
your,
liked it. Whichever one it is.
sure, you're very welcome.
She needs to know how to act. She's already an actress, the drama.
Oh, you must be very busy with 5
So we're gonna
children.
train that. We're gonna
Yeah,
train all that
Channel
energy.
the drama, right?
Yep. Thank you again for coming.